Okay, working on the Jetta Mk4 Smyth Ute. The tail lights, you have to cut in the two slots in the basically the indicated positions, and they're pretty bang on. A couple of issues is I measured the fittings on the tail light. So basically those two tabs. So they have to fit in here. So the tabs are about 7 or 8 millimeters wide. So you want to make sure. So I'm about 8 millimeters there. And the same down here. The other problem I got into, and you can see that I'm starting to cut this little flap out of here. The fiberglass here is too thick. So that fiberglass has to fit within this slot. So you have the option of cutting this slot, which would weaken it, or just cutting some of the fiberglass. The fiberglass is really thick there, so there's not an issue. I thought it would be better to cut the fiberglass than to weaken the plastic part. So this tool works fantastic. You can get right in there with the vibration, a little, basically a little saw blade, and it can actually get right in there and thin that thing down. And I'll take that extra little piece of flash on the inside out, and we'll test it again. Okay, so once you have the slots done, you've got a nice fit on the front. Then you look at the back. So there's the aluminum there. If you look at the inside of the tail lamp, there is a what do you call it, a groove or whatever, a slot that this light will fit nicely. Of course it won't focus, but right over that. So that's where we want that light to sit. So now I don't have the bottom fastened in yet, but I'm going to push it in. So what I've done, so if we look right along, it should be just, and this will pull in a little bit with the bolts, and you can always space it out if it's too much. So we want this to be, we don't want it back here, we don't want it over there, so we can space it out with washers on the inside if we need to get that just the right gap so that the edge of the plastic is flush with the face of the. So if we lay that along there, then we want the tail light to sit up against there. That's the goal. So when I first did it, I was too short because I had already fastened this fender on and it was up against here. So I actually had to pop out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rivets, and then cut off a little bit of the fender here, a little bit of the fender there, and push it in so that this light would sit at the right spot. So it's a lot of rework, a lot of finesse, but if you want a good looking job, I guess that's what you got to do. Keep at it, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy.